Hey guys, Ice McFall here, and welcome to another episode of Raspberry Flavored. So, last episode was a little bit interesting. I feel like I spent the entire episode working on the dimensional tiers automation. I don't know if I can really call it automation because it's not completely automated. The crafting part is automated, but not the supplying of the resources, so it doesn't go indefinitely. What I'm currently doing here is just finishing up the wall here because, as you guys know, in the last episode, when I went to build the ore factory, I extended the land back here a little bit. So I've gone and made it look a little bit better, and I've actually did terraforming here. It's not that great terraforming, but it's something. And for this side, I just wanted to continue the wall over. I have like this big hollow area down here. So maybe I'll do something with this area. I'm not too sure. See, I just wanted to go ahead and finish up this wall because it's been like this for quite a while. There was a few things that I've actually done on stream during the last episode that I completely forgot to actually mention during the episode. So I'll have to show you guys those in a moment as well. Also, it was brought to my attention in the comments of the last episode that I could probably make an obsidian farm with the lava production I have, since I have an infinite lava source. I still have yet to look into that, but I thought it'd be interesting to actually go ahead and automate obsidian today, because, you know, it was brought up in the comments, and now it's just, now I feel like I gotta do it. Right, just a few more fences, and it should be done now. The wall, that actually didn't take me too long. Yeah, this area is doing pretty well, except for the beacons. I really need to get rid of these beacons. We need to go mining for Netherite, and that's something I'm going to be doing soon. Because it is very, very much needed. I actually have 0 Netherite right now, so I can't even afford to relocate the beacons, because I'd like to put Netherite in them. I mean, I can just put diamonds in them, but it wouldn't reach the whole base, and I would much rather them reach the whole base. Alright, so I've just done a few things off camera. I've made the door here, which is similar to the old factory. It closes after 5 seconds. So there you go. That's pretty cool. And then I've also gone ahead and there's an area down here. So that way, if I'm ever down here, I actually have a way up, which is really nice. It goes through here to the nether portal if I want to go into the dimensional tiers building. It also has this hallway here where if I go right, I can head down here. And this is where the infinite lava source is. And then I also just moved the train tracks. This is something I mentioned I was going to do before. And I've actually finally done it. I'm going to try to make this room look a little bit better. Try to see if I can hide this cinder dust farm. Because that was kind of the intention of moving the train tracks here. Was because this room would be a lot easier to make look better than this room, because what would I can't. There's so many pipes and stuff everywhere. I just don't want to have to move. So yeah, then if we go left through this hallway, this is just another exit out. Now I just want to check, what do I need to make obsidian? So you can wash magma block into obsidian, and I guess the other way of doing it would just be using a water source and lava to make obsidian. I'm not sure if a drill can mine that or not. Do we want to try? I'm going to head to the old factory to test this out because I'm pretty sure there should be some obsidian here. Oh my gosh, I have a single obsidian here. I think there's some obsidian here as well though. I don't know why there's just one right here. Let me see. Can I just put a drill here? Yeah. Oh, it's looking like it's mining it. No way. Okay. That is actually pretty good. That means we could absolutely automate obsidian through the lava water method. Of course, there's the magma block method as well, but I just feel like it would be harder. I do have a blaze farm. I don't have a slime ball farm though. So I'm going to try to go the route of lava and water for this. Let's see if I can get this set up pretty easily. And don't worry, unlike last episode, I'm not going to be spending the whole episode designing this. I have a few other things I want to get to during this episode, and I actually have plenty of time. You know, I actually have a lot of space down here that's no longer being taken by the train tracks. So I can actually use this as space for the obsidian farm. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I've got a water source in here, and this dirt block is where we need to put lava. So I just need to pipe out lava from these pipes into this area right here, and then have a drill. Do I have the drill on me? Yes. We would just have the drill here mining the obsidian for when the lava gets placed. Oh, you know what? When there's no lava here, the water would actually flow down. So let me see, maybe if I make it a staircase. So we're going to put water there. And then I'm going to grab lava from here. We're going to place it. Boom, obsidian. And then the drill would mine it. And then we can just use a basket to pick it up. And you know what? Instead of just mining the obsidian and putting it directly into chests, what I think I'm going to do is actually add some crushing wheels so that we can crush the obsidian. And since there's a 75 chance of getting the obsidian back, we'll still be producing obsidian, but we'll also be producing the obsidian dust. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and make some crushing wheels real quick. So I think this is how I'm going to put the crushing wheels in. So I'm just going to take from here. There you go. Bring that down. And right, this needs to be a cog as well. Okay. Is this rotating the right way? See, I'm not really great at this kind of thing. There you go. I just kind of lowered the speed a lot so I can see more of what's going on. Oh yeah, this one needs to be rotating the other way, I think. Okay, I made the crushing wheel spin the other way. Let's see if this will crush now. Okay, there we go. We even got the obsidian back. And we've got powdered obsidian. Yay. We're just going to do a double chest because simple is okay. You know, I can actually bring this back one more. Yeah, because that makes it a lot more compact. Now we just need to get the piping in for the lava. Let's mine that obsidian for now. And I think it just went through. Yeah, that's the idea of it working though, right there. I mine the obsidian and it goes through and gets crushed into powdered obsidian, and there's a chance for it to give me back the other obsidian, you know? Okay, let's just connect this up, and we're going to bring cogs all the way from over here. Not looking the greatest, but it should work. And I do not want it to go that way. Okay, is that going to reach? It does. Okay, as you can see. Oh, no! Whoa! I broke out of that? Anytime I've fallen into crushing wheels, I've never made it out. Oh my goodness. Alright, I put a copper grate. And okay, that works as well because the reason I want to do that is because now I can actually get rid of all that ugly cobblestone. And we just have this here. And this actually works as a functional like manual obsidian farm. And now the drill should automatically mine the obsidian. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a little slow. It's okay. I did slow down it all, but it's just because I don't really need a lot of this. So it's fine for it to be slow. And there we go. We're automating powdered obsidian and obsidian. That's actually a pretty easy process. Well, I've learned something today. Okay, guys, so it's been weeks since my last clip. Quite a long time since I've uploaded, like 2 months or something. It's pretty insane. Oh my god, hi creeper. So one reason I haven't uploaded in a while is just, this is actually a surprising thing to me. I always liked that Raspberry Flavoured was constantly updating. It was giving new content and everything every now and then for me to look at and all that. But a thing is, it's actually been really hard to update to these updates because they tend to change like a couple things that are just really major in my world. Like, for example, the time that I updated to, I don't know what version it was, but I had to rebuild my whole Steam engine because of it, because they changed the Blaze Tar recipe. So that was one thing. I spent hours rebuilding my Steam engine just so that it could be what it was in a previous update, which just sucks. And then examples of that occurring recently. So I automated dimensional tiers last episode, and that's already changed, I believe. I think it's in the next update. So that I can't even, that whole farm that I spent hours on doesn't even work anymore. And then now you've seen that I made the obsidian farm in this episode. Well, that's also been changed to not work the same way. So you have to get obsidian a different way, or like the powdered obsidian a different way. So it's just felt like I keep having to just rebuild everything, and it's really annoying me. I'm not saying the Raspberry Flavoured updates are bad. I still think they're really cool. I think that is awesome that it's still being worked on. I just can't like update my current world over and over, just have to change things. So what my idea is for now, I'm thinking of just staying on Raspberry Flavoured 3.1. That's the version I'm on right now, and continuing the series on this version. And then if Raspberry Flavoured does continue getting updates, I think it's on 3.3 right now. If it does continue getting updates, then later on we could do another series of Raspberry Flavoured where we play on a newer version. And I feel like that would just make things so much like easier for me. I think it'll make me actually enjoy this more. And also, it gives me a reason to start another world later on, and it would be, really fun to do so because I love Raspberry Flavoured. I really like this pack still. I really do like this pack. Um, so yeah, that's just my thoughts. Anyway, enough of that. I'll tell you guys what this is. This is going to be my powdery cane farm. I mentioned in the beginning of this episode that I want to get netherite because I have absolutely no netherite. And the reason I need netherite is for beacons. Well, to mine for netherite, I feel like I want to go the TNT route as usual. And to get TNT, you need gunpowder and sand, of course. So I want to build a powdery cane farm and a sand farm. And the sand farm isn't just going to be a sand farm. I think it's going to be cobblestone, gravel, and sand because I don't have gravel automated either. And I don't really have a cobblestone farm except the one at spawn. And it's a little annoying to, go to. So I'd like it all to be in one place, I just want to have all of the ingredients for TNT being automated because that would help out a lot. Then I can stream mining for netherite and it'd be great. So that's what I'm working on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep building this up a little bit. Guys, so it's been a little bit and I just want to do a quick little update here. This is not powdery cane. As you can see, we have sugar cane and kelp. I am going to be doing powdery cane, but I've learned a little bit, and something unfortunate is that powdery cane actually explodes blocks around it. I knew that powdery cane explodes, okay? But I did not know that it actually breaks blocks. And no matter, like, there was nothing I could think of that would have a powdery cane farm work with pistons. So what I've done instead is I made this section the sugarcane and kelp farm. So that way I can produce sugarcane and kelp, of course, because I do have a sugarcane farm in my factory, but it specifically supplies the making of the blaze tarts. And, it's nice to just have these farms here as well. Yeah, I'm going to use create to automate powder cane. I might do some testing in creative to make sure it'll actually work. But I feel like if I'm doing this with create, I should be able to make it so the powdery cane isn't going to break anything. And then I'm going to spend some time actually making this place look nice, of course, because it's not really great. Also, I had some ideas for out here. I think, there's not a great pathway to get over here. So I'm thinking I might actually extend out the wall here. This will come out a little bit and we'll have just more dirt pathway like right here so that we can continue walking along, and then the staircase will probably be like pushed back a little bit so that we can walk down into here without it being like putting us right here. I think that would be an improvement. But yeah, that's a little bit of an update. So I'm going to get back to streaming and just working on this, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, I am back with another update. And as you can see, I've made the path here that I was mentioning earlier that I wanted to actually build. So, if I jump off here, I can show you. Yeah, I've just kind of extended this beam to come out more and all of that. So pretty cool. I'm thinking of actually putting a staircase right here instead of fences so they can lead down over to there. So we have a path coming from the factory area to just go straight over here instead of having to walk all the way all the way over here and around. So I have also done a little bit of terraforming from this little hill here. I've extended it out because I brought the entrance to this area out a little more. So I was like, bringing out the hill would make that look a little better, So I've done that. And yeah, I expect maybe later on I'll have a path here going down there. And I'm not too sure about right here, but I want to have a path going down there later on. So we might do that. But as you can see, we have an entrance to here, and it's all, you know, looking kind of nice. Here's the kelp farm and the sugarcane farm. And I actually decided to block this off right here because I'm not going to be building the powdered cane farm in here, is what I decided. I'm just going to have the sugarcane and kelp farm in here. I might decide to add some more stuff over here later on. I'm not too sure. But for now, it's just going to be the sugarcane and kelp farm. However, I have built the powdered cane farm since the last clip. So let's just go ahead and head over to that. I decided to just put it like out in the open because I'm thinking I didn't have any ideas of what I was going to do for these areas over here out of the off the bridge. So I decided maybe I could put some circle farms and stuff in here. Just put some farms down. So here is the powdery cane farm. And as you can see, it's actually using an echo chest. This is going to be something that's going to come to play like a few episodes later from now. I'm going to do a lot of like skulk related stuff. But so far, Luca has actually went and found a deep dark. And he's given me a few echo shards. And he also gave me a skulk catalyst. And the skulk catalyst is what I'm actually going to use to make a skulk farm in the future. I believe that's what I need. But for now, I just used 4 of those shards to make this echo chest. And if you don't know what an echo chest does, it's actually a chest that can pick up items that are dropped on the ground in a certain radius around it. And it's quite nice. I'm actually using that for the powdery cane because if any of these powdery cane grow to like 3 tall, and these saws cut the second layer, then the top powder cane actually drops onto the ground and it wouldn't get picked up by the create contraption if it had chests. So what I've decided to do is just use the echo chest to pick up all of the drops. And as you can see, this farm is doing pretty well. And of course, it's not automatically being milled into gunpowder. I might add that later on, but for now, this is all I really need. It's really easy to just go ahead and throw it into crushing wheels and into the factory. And then I have also not only made a powder cane farm, but I've went ahead and made the gravel and sand farm as well. Instead of making a new cobblestone farm, I actually put it in the spawn area because in spawn I have 2 farms. I have the tree farm and I have the cobblestone farm. So I decided to just expand the existing cobblestone farm. All right, so here we are. There's the tree farm. I was actually spending a lot of time here and I also AFK'd. So I have a bunch of logs in here and then I have 3,700 logs right there. So yeah, that was, I'm gonna be good on logs for quite a while now because I was AFKing there and stuff. And here is the cobblestone farm. I don't remember what the last time I've shown this, but yeah, now we have cobblestone, gravel, and sand item drawers. And so what's gonna happen whenever this sand drawer fills up? It's going to start filling up the gravel, and then the cobblestone will be able to fill up completely. And the way this works, there's just a lot to it. Um, it's really not that complicated, but it's very compact, so it's really hard to show off. But what I've done is I just made it so the cobblestone is coming out of the cobblestone drawer, and it's being put into this millstone to be crushed into gravel, and then the gravel is being put into its drawer with a hopper. That's the item drawer, the gravel item drawer. And then items are being taken out of the gravel drawer to be crushed into sand, and then they come all the way around and are put into that drawer. So yeah, that's how that's working. It's pretty nice. I'm going to use some copycat panels, I think, to cover this up to make it look pretty. I think my focus now is actually going to be going netherite mining. So yeah, we have 0 netherite now, but it's finally time to grab some sand from here and grab some gunpowder and just make a whole bunch of TNT. All right, so here's the powder cane farm. I'm just going to grab a bunch of powder cane from here and go ahead and crush this into gunpowder. I forgot just how full this chest is of random stuff. Let's just throw those pebbles out and throw the powder cane in here. And we're getting a whole bunch of gunpowder. This is going to be a lot of TNT that we're about to craft. If I just use a stack of gunpowder, this gives me a stack and a half. I think we're going to be good on TNT. I'm going to be taking all of this TNT and I am going to be going netherite mining and I will show you how much netherite I've gotten from that. So we are back, and I have gotten so much ancient debris. I could have done better, but like this is nowhere near enough that we're gonna need to make like really crazy beacons. Like we're not gonna be making the beacons out of netherite blocks anytime soon. That'll be for future. But as you can see, I have a stack of ancient scrap in my inventory. I should have some more ancient scrap just in the forge over here as well. Yeah. So that's like about another stack. So yeah, as I head to my factory to go like grab gold and turn this ancient scrap into netherite, I want to show you that I've actually made a staircase here. So remember how I added in this path and we made this area? Well, now if you go left there, we have the staircase here, and I'm using slabs just so that I don't take damage going down them. But yeah, I really like this. It's quite nice. There's just a little path to go over here. Because before from this bridge, if we wanted to go up there, we'd have to go all the way around. But now we actually have a nice path for it. And Luca did plant some wither roses. Also, recently I've cleared out this area. There used to be a hill here, but I've flattened this all out because we are going to be making a building here. Next episode, I think I might actually have the building. So yeah, that's quite nice. Anyway, I wanted to come here to grab some golds. We're going to need a stack of gold here. Oh, you don't even need... Oh, this is still superheated from earlier? I mean, I guess I logged off when I superheated it earlier. So I guess it makes sense. Anyway, we got netherite, and we got the achievement again because of the new update that had reset achievements. We're absolutely going to be able to move the beacons now. The 3 beacons that we have, we're going to find some better places for them. I'm not honestly too sure where. I should definitely think about that before I move them because... each one costs a whole netherite ingot to move since I'm wanting to supply them with netherite ingots. Like, what if I did, like, the beacon to be underground and there's, like, glass coming up and we can have the beams next to this bridge? That's what I really want to do. So I'm going to do some thinking about where I want to move these beacons, but really, I'm just going to be tearing these things down and we're just going to move them underground. All right, we are back and I have done the beacons. There you go. There's a lot of colors that... I don't know if I'm going to keep them colored or if I'm going to change them back to be white or something. I don't know how much I like having them colored, but as you can see at the top right of my screen, or if I open my inventory, we have 10 different effects. Speed 4, Panacea, Resistance, Resilience 3, Regeneration, Haste 4, Long Reach 4, Jump Boost 3, Strength 4, and Sunny. I think before we had maybe like 4 effects. But now we've gone to 6 beacons. This is 7 beacons that we have. I was thinking of doing 8, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do 8 effects. I think the only effects I'm missing out on are night vision and fireproof. I think that's the only 2 effects that I haven't actually done. And I've been doing a lot of netherite mining as well, so I do have like quite a bit of netherite. Nowhere near enough to make like a full netherite beacon or anything. But in the future, I am totally going to be making some really powerful beacons with netherite. We're just going to have to figure out how to mine netherite a little bit quicker. Possibly using a create contraption. Now, I do have a problem here, and I am just going to go over it just real quick. Everything is overstressed, as you can see, because my factory or my steam engine has actually finally broke. Not broke, but like it wasn't fast enough to supply the materials to craft the blaze tarts. So I'm gonna have to go in and like speed it up. I think what it needs is like specifically the ember coke part and specifically the glowstone part. I need to speed this up a little bit. I'm gonna get that done soon though. But it means we can't do our crushing wheels. We can't use any of that stuff, and it's kind of unfortunate. But enough about that. There is something I want to show you guys. It has to do with something in the nether. I have actually made an elevator in the nether because it's going to make it so much easier to go down to the nether floor. And also, I needed it to go mining for netherite. It was very convenient to have an elevator to go all the way down to the netherite Y level. So here it is. It's just like right outside my portal right here. And yeah, I can call it up here. I guess it's all the way down there just because I use dimensional tiers to get up a lot of the time. But yeah, I'm going to head down to the elevator floor or the nether floor so I can show you. And I really like looking at the view. It's super cool. This is the nether floor, so that's quite nice. And then down here is the netherite mine. It's not too far down from the nether floor. So if I turn around, yeah, this is where I've been mining for netherite. Oh, and I see an exokin, I have to kill it. Every single time I see an exokin, I have to. It's so necessary. We're gonna kill this one. That's about everything I wanted to get done for this episode. I know it was a little bit like just all over the place, just me showing off a bunch of different things. You know, not really doing anything on video, on camera. But I've just been streaming daily this month. If you didn't know, I've actually been streaming daily this month. I've been doing a lot of work on Raspberry Flavoured during my streams instead of doing it on video. But you know. Oh no, I don't want to die here. Exocan do have a good history of ending my life. Instead of like grabbing out like dimensional tears or anything, I'm just gonna run all the way to my elevator and hope that I escape. Oh, not piglins. That is not what I need in my life right now. Alright, well I escape. Go up the elevator quick. Okay. I think we're gonna be okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead while I'm going up the elevator, I'm just gonna drink a dimensional tears. There's no way the elevator gets me or the Enderman gets me on the elevator. There you go. That was my grand escape for the end of the episode. But yeah, I am quite strong now. I do have a lot of plans coming for the next couple of episodes, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.